my name is Mia, and today we're discussing code P0135 oxygen sensor heater circuit malfunction. So here are the oxygen sensors on my Honda Civic. The one on the front that you can see has this blue shielding around it, and that is the air-fuel ratio sensor, which is basically a smart O2 sensor, and the downstream one is just a traditional oxygen sensor used to monitor catalyst efficiency. So in most cases, the ECM is not going to turn the O2 sensor heater circuit on until the vehicle is running. So looking at the scan tool here, we can see that right now both the O2 sensor heaters are turned off because the engine's not running. Let's see what happens when we turn the engine on. And both the heaters go to the on position. So here is the Honda's wiring diagram. And here is the air-fuel ratio sensor, which we're going to be looking at. And what I've highlighted in yellow is the path of current through the heater portion of the air-fuel ratio sensor. So this is what we're considering with the heater portion. And how this works is power is supplied to the heater circuit through this number 2 20-amp fuse. It then flows through this relay through the heater to ground. But before this relay switch can be closed, the ECM has to apply ground to the relay control portion of the circuit. Now when it does, that completes this part of the circuit, and through electromagnetism, the current flowing through these coil windings will cause this portion of the relay, the switch portion, to close. And that allows power to flow through the heater portion of the circuit and to ground. And I believe the ECM also has to ground this portion of the circuit as well. And here is the air-fuel ratio sensor's connector diagram. So we can see that the heater portion of it is number 4 and number 3 terminals. So we're going to check that out and see what we've got. Alright. I've got the oxygen sensor, the air-fuel ratio sensor, disconnected. And we're gonna check for continuity between here and here. This is our heater right here. And these two pins, the bottom two pins, those on this particular vehicle, that is the heater portion of the circuit, and that's what we're looking at in the wiring diagram. So we're going to check and see if there's continuity and that the heater inside the oxygen sensor is intact. Okay, so we're just going to take our meter leads. This is sort of hard to do and watch the camera at the same time, but we're going to touch them to each 1 meter lead to each of these pins, and then we're going to check and see if we have continuity. Get it to stabilize. So about 1 ohm of resistance. If you were to see this all the time out of limits, that would mean that there's an open circuit in the oxygen sensor's heater, and you would know that the heater is bad and the heater is bad and the oxygen sensor needs to be replaced. Okay, we can also check that the ECM is closing the oxygen sensor relay. I've got a backbone test lead connected to the power side of the circuit, and then the other lead is attached to ground. Let's see, make sure it's giving the oxygen sensor battery voltage or charging system voltage for the engine running, and it is.